Narcissistic relationships often involve patterns of idealization and devaluation. These patterns can be emotionally damaging to the individuals involved. Here are 10 typical phases of idealization and devaluation in narcissistic relationships, along with the emotional toll they can take. 1. Idealization. In the idealization phase, narcissists show affection, praise, and attention to their partners. They make them feel loved and valued, like hitting the relationship jackpot. You might even believe you found your soulmate. It's like a fairy tale and can be pretty addictive because who doesn't want to feel that adored? But this idealization phase is a bit of a bait and switch. It's often short-lived. So, when it fades away, you're left in a whirlwind of emotions. It's like someone pulled the rug out from under you. You'll feel a sense of loss and disappointment. The contrast between the initial high and the subsequent low can be challenging. It can seriously affect your mental and emotional well-being. 2. Devaluation. Devaluation is the phase when the narcissist starts throwing shade at their partner. It's like a slow and steady emotional erosion. They become a pro at criticizing, belittling, and highlighting every tiny flaw or mistake their partner makes. It's like they put on these nitpicky goggles. It can make the partner feel like they're always walking on eggshells. Over time, this constant devaluation can take a toll on the partner's self-esteem. They start to doubt themselves, question their worth, and feel like they're not good enough. 3. Idealization devaluation cycle. The idealization devaluation cycle is like a never-ending roller coaster ride in a narcissistic relationship. First, the narcissist puts their partner on a pedestal, idealizing them and making them feel like the most fantastic person in the world. It can be flattering and make the partner feel on top of the world, but it's just the calm before the storm. Sooner or later, the narcissist switches gears and starts devaluing their partner. This pattern of idealization followed by devaluation can become a continuous cycle. The partner may become anxious and hypervigilant. They constantly try to please the narcissist to avoid getting dumped. 4. Gaslighting. Gaslighting in narcissistic relationships is like a mind-bending situation you never asked to be in. It's when the narcissist messes with your head by denying what they've done or making you doubt your memory and feelings. Imagine you catch them red-handed, lying about something, and they say, "Nope, never happened." It's a total headspin. This constant manipulation can make you feel like you're living in a twist of reality. You second-guess yourself, saying, "Did I see what I saw, or am I going crazy?" The emotional toll is enormous because it messes with your sense of reality and can make you feel like you're losing your marbles. 5. Love bombing. Love bombing is like a roller coaster ride in narcissistic relationships. It's when the narcissist suddenly floods their partner with affection and attention. They do this to either regain control or keep their partner hooked. Imagine getting showered with compliments, gifts, and sweet gestures out of nowhere. It might feel like a dream come true and you start thinking, "Wow, they truly love me." But it's often not about love. The emotional toll of love bombing is like riding an emotional seesaw. You're up one moment, feeling cherished and adored. Then suddenly, you're down, feeling like you're just a pawn in the narcissist's game. It confuses you between believing in their love and sensing their manipulation. It can mess with your head and heart over time. 6. Triangulation. Triangulation in narcissistic relationships is like a twisted game of emotional chess. Suppose you're in a relationship with a narcissist. Suddenly, they start introducing other people into the mix. It's not because they genuinely care about these people, but it's a manipulative move. They aim to make you feel uncertain and insecure. They want you to get jealous or compete for their attention. This mind game keeps you off balance and undermines your sense of security in the relationship. Triangulation can hit you like a ton of bricks. You feel insecure and need constant validation. It messes with your self-esteem. You're left second-guessing yourself. You feel like you must constantly prove your worth. It's exhausting and emotionally draining. So in a nutshell, triangulation in narcissistic relationships is a toxic maneuver that can seriously mess with your mental health and overall well-being. Hey there! Surprisingly, 80% of you haven't hit that subscribe button yet. If you find value in this video, consider joining our community by subscribing and giving it a thumbs up. Your support is truly appreciated. Now let's dive right back into the content. 7. Silent treatment. The silent treatment is like the ultimate weapon in the narcissist's arsenal. It's a cruel power play where they just shut down and ignore their partner, leaving them feeling stuck on an emotional island. It can mess with your head big time. People on the receiving end might start feeling super anxious. They practically beg for the narcissist's attention, fueling the toxic fire. So if you find yourself in a situation where someone's giving you the silent treatment, don't take it lightly. It can seriously mess with your mental health. It's important to remember that you deserve better than feeling isolated and unwanted. 8. Projection. In a narcissistic relationship, projection is like a tricky mind game. The narcissist takes their negative qualities and throws them onto their partner. Let's say the narcissist is super controlling. However, they don't want to accept it. So they accuse their partner instead and make them feel like the bad guy with the control issues. It's like a sneaky blame-shifting move. When the partner keeps hearing these accusations, they start to believe them. They internalize all that negativity and guilt. They will think they're the ones with the problem. It's a toxic cycle that can mess with your head. 9. Isolation. In narcissistic relationships, isolation is like a sneaky ninja move they use. It's when the narcissist tries to cut you off from your friends and family. They want you all to themselves. They make it super challenging for you to turn to anyone else for support or to vent about the relationship. They're building this wall around you, but not for your protection. When you're isolated, you start feeling lonely because you're away from your social network. Plus, you become dependent on the narcissist for everything: emotional support, validation, you name it. It's like being stuck on an emotional roller coaster where they control the ride. It can mess with your self-esteem and overall well-being. It's not a fun place to be. 10. Discarding. In narcissistic relationships, discarding is the emotional equivalent of getting tossed aside like yesterday's news. The narcissist decides they've squeezed all the benefits they can from their partner and kicks them to the curb. It's a cold and ruthless move that can leave the partner feeling abandoned and discarded like a used tissue. The emotional toll of discarding is no joke. It's like a triple whammy of betrayal, heartbreak, and a significant hit to your self-worth. Imagine feeling like someone you cared about just chucks you aside like you're nothing. It's devastating and can severely affect your mental and emotional well-being. So, if you or someone you know is dealing with this situation, it's crucial to seek support and help to cope with the aftermath. Understanding the pattern of idealization and devaluation in narcissistic relationships is essential for those who have experienced or are currently in such relationships. It's like a roller coaster of emotions that can confuse and hurt you. Recognizing these patterns can be the first step in protecting yourself from emotional harm. Remember, you're not alone in this. Resources are available to help you navigate the complex terrain of narcissistic relationships. It's essential to prioritize your well-being and seek professional assistance if needed. You can move towards healthier, more fulfilling connections by gaining insight into these dynamics. You will be free from the emotional toll of narcissistic relationships if you take all the steps toward healing. Should you acquire insights from this video, don't forget to hit the like button and consider subscribing to our channel. I suggest exploring another exceptional video located nearby. It's packed with informative content.